Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. Thank you very much for joining today briefing on the Bantuan Khas Penyelidikan ECR, Early Career Researchers. Alright. I will start giving the briefing. Later on, once the briefing is end, we will allow you to ask question. Right? Okay, can we share the slide? Okay, it's coming. All right. Okay, so this, can you see the slide? Okay, all right. Okay, before we start, I'm Hazli Muklis. At the moment, I'm the coordinator for research cluster. So in UM, we have 4 research cluster, and I'm coordinating the 4 research cluster. We have IIS, Innovative Industry and Sustainable Science. I'm chairing that cluster. And then we have Frontier, FNW, led by Prof. Juan. And then we have SA, Social Wellbeing. And that one is under Dr. Go from Alabama. And we have satu lagi, Health and Wellbeing under from Noran. So there are 4 research cluster, and I'm chairing, I'm coordinating these 4 research cluster. So one of the tasks for research cluster is managing internal grant. Internal grant. So for this year, we decided to provide a grant, especially for early career researchers. Basically, 6 years service, 6 years and below service in UM. All right. So today I will provide a briefing about this grant. Right. Next. Okay. So as everybody aware, maybe some of you already read the email and the guideline. So basically, this grant is offered to assist young career researchers, 6 years in service, regardless in local or international, because we want to give opportunity to the young researchers so that they have the experience to do research, and with the expectation that after this grant, you will be able to find external grant. So that's the idea. And one of the criteria for this BKP, the grant should have one mentor. So we have a mentorship. It should be a professor or associate professor with a good track record in supervision and also research grant. Because this mentorship is not just you put the name there to get the grant, but actually we want them to help you, to advise you, to help you to get a network with external party from industry or any agency outside there. So that's the ideas of this BKP. Okay, next. Okay, so the eligibility here, if you have read, we are looking those who are serving UM 6 years or less. And how we consider 6 years or less is the point where you submit the grant, which is you will submit in August, August, 7 August. So you should be less 6 years. And up to 1 month lah, we consider a little bit extra. I mean, if you are 6 years and 1 month, we can accept the application. And the grade here is 45 to 51 for senior lecturers, or for medical or dental, we also consider 54, because 54 is time-based for medical and dental. And actually, they're also less than 6 years. That's the main criteria. Okay, and then for this grant, it is awarded one time. I mean, once you get this, next year you cannot apply. So this is only one times in a life in UM. And application mean at one time when you apply, you're allowed to apply one grant only. And as I said earlier, we need to have a mentor, okay, associate professor or professor level with a good track record. So the idea we want you to get know your senior and you should be able to work with them as a team. And then the duration is 2 years, but we allow for extension, I think 6 months maximum. And then maximum ceiling for this grant is 50,000, 50K for 2 years, 24 months. Okay, next. Okay, so the team members, again, you need to have one mentor, okay, one mentor. And the role of the mentor, as I said earlier, is to help you, to guide you, and most importantly is able to network with other party. So you will know them, and then you are able to engage with external party from industry, for example. So this is one of the main role of the mentor. And then you can have a co-researchers. However, the co-researchers is allowed for one grant only. I mean, the co-researchers cannot be in multiple application. Okay, so you want to focus the work. Cannot be too many grants at one time. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the form. The form. This is the form. So over there is that there's a criteria there where you need to uh, to name the mentor, to name the mentor, and then you have center of excellence. You need to choose two scope and area of research. There are 18 center of excellence, but don't worry, this center of excellence, in terms of managing the grant is belong to you. You can manage as you want. But why we requested you to choose two center of excellence is that later on, when the center of excellence have any meetings or direction, you should join the meeting, because this is a more big scope. And if you want to know more about center of excellence, you can check in a FB, Facebook, on the uh, from Vice Chancellor, Vice Chancellor apa nama ni, early, dia panggil apa? Amanat tahunan Vice Chancellor this year. You will see that he mentioned about Center of Excellence, 18 Center of Excellence. So this is the main agenda of the university right now. So we want you to engage also with the Center of Excellence so that you be able to know about the industry, and also you have better exposure in terms of getting research grant outside from UM. Okay, next. Okay, so external collaborator and stakeholders, this one we really encourage. We encourage for you to identify the external collaborators. External collaborators is academician from other university or any researchers from a government institution. And then stakeholders is mainly industry. If you can identify at this point, it will be good, because the idea of this grant is just for you to get experience and start. But at the same time, if there is possibility to extend the work after 2 years with the industry, it will be beneficial to you and also to the university. So that's why we requested you to identify the potential collaborator and also the stakeholders. Right, next. Okay, so this is the output. Output. Okay, for the output, there are 3 categories here, and you need to select one from each category. The first category, the A, is on the publication. So you need to choose one. There are 1, 2, 3. Of course, for science stream, you need to choose the number 1, Web of Science. Or if you can choose book. Right? And then On the second category, that one is related to IP, copyright, policy, policy. So you need to choose one. And also number 3 is human capital development. That one, yeah, betul. Okay, number 3, human capital development. That one can be the your researchers or student. So that's one straightforward. Unless if you want to do policy, we also encourage you if you can. And number 3 is non-academic output. Non-academic output, this one like website. But you want it to be official, article, social media, software. So choose one only. Okay, and this one, academic output, you can get help from research cluster because sometimes we have this public forum. So you can offer yourself, volunteer to do this public forum. So it can be count under non-academic output. Okay, if those who are able to write in media, that also will be good. Okay, output. Okay, this is the research detail. Okay, this is in terms of the form letter where you need to write the abstract. Okay, the maximum 150 words. And then you need to have the graphical abstract. Okay, 1 page. Okay, there's a guideline there. Okay, for those who have tried the IRG, you'll be able to know the graphical abstract. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, SMART objective should be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So this one, I'm sure you have this experience about writing the good proposal. So the objective must have this criteria. So you can refer to UMCAS, UMCAS website. They provide explanation how to write the impact statement. Okay. So this one actually is not, you need to write an essay, in some sort like an essay. And this one is just a guideline. What is the content of the essay about the impact statement? Yeah, because nowadays, a majority, most of the grant, almost all the grant now, they require this impact statement because they want to understand what will be the impact of your research. Okay, is it the beneficial? Is it public, industry, or policy maker? Yeah. And in the form also, there's a risk assessment. So you need to write this one, same like FRDS, you need to write about the risk of the project. Yeah. And the same vote that you have seen before in any grant. Next. Okay, additional requirement. Okay, so this is when you are awarded the grant, you are required to produce a material, infographic, video, or abstract or photo related to research. This one is research cluster will do the promotion. So we will request you to prepare simple video or at least abstract or photo and graphical infographic so that we can publicize your research work to the public. Number 2, okay. Number 2 is about the research continuity. So once you are awarded at the month of 13, mean after 1 year, 1 month, you must show a proof that you have tried to apply for any other funding. For example, FRGS. FRGS usually will open end of the year or early of the year. So apply and show the proof that you have tried. Okay, so this is a main requirement. So you need to show that. I'm sure that this one is not difficult because you can apply FRGS or any other grant. You just try. I mean, not necessary to be accepted, but we want to show you to see your effort in finding other grant. This is about Safety and Research Handbook. So you need to read the Safety and Research Handbook to understand what is it. But if it is purely simulation or mathematical work, you do not need to have this. Okay, this may be something that related to experiment based. And then research ethics. Okay, if involved with any animal, subject, or human, you need to apply for research ethics to UM. In IGP website, you can find this guideline about the research ethics. And this is the checklist to make sure that you prepare all the required document. Timeline. So now is the briefing and submission 7 August. Submission is 7 August. And then we have technical screening and evaluation in August. And pitch session in September. Pitch session will be in September 23rd, and the award will be given in October. So pitch session for pitch is 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Satu slide. One slide. One page slide. Okay, for pitch 5 minutes. Okay, so we will shortlist those application that fulfill the requirement, and then we'll call for pitching. Why we have pitching? Because we want to train you for external grant. External grant nowadays required impact statement and so pitching. All right.
Hi,
Okay,
good morning.
Good morning.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah.
My name is Shaza from Institute of Mathematical Sciences under Faculty of Science. I have a couple of questions. The first one is I have been here only for 4 months. So there is a requirement that for contract staff, you have to be more than 1 year in one of the slides just now. So can you basically remove that requirement so that I can start as a young researcher and new staff, but under contract?
Dr. Shaza, you are contract staff?
Yeah.
Okay, for how long? I mean, when you started?
I started basically end of March this year. So if I calculate, I am just here for 4 months. By the time the August submission due date, that will be 4 months.
But
because it's April, May, June.
your contract for how long?
It's 3+3 contract.
Okay. Okay, Shaza. So in your case, you are qualified because you are less than 6 years in UM and your contract is more than 12 months. So you are qualified.
Oh, the requirement is a contract of more than 12 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you. The other question is, can the co-researcher be an international academia?
Yeah, can. Co-researchers will know. Or if you still not sure, you can contact research cluster and I'm happy to help you. Okay, we'll try to look at them, because it's quite detailed your question, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum, Prof. My name is Ain from Faculty of Built Environment. I would like to ask regarding the co-researcher. Can you explain more about the requirement for the co-researcher?
The co-researchers, when you apply in the one project, the co-researchers is allowed to be in one project only, not multiple project. Okay. It can be local, it can be international, it can be senior, it can be junior staff. Okay.
I see. So you mean that if for example, like if one of my co-researcher be in my grant, can he also join another grant? I mean another as a PI?
Oh no, not allowed. Not allowed that.
Meaning when he already be my co-researcher, so he is not allowed to be a PI for this grant?
No.
I see. Okay, thank you so much for the explanation.
Good morning, Prof.
Morning.
Yeah, okay. I'm Arun from Faculty of Medicine.
Arun.
I have a question on mentor. So you said mentor has to be a professor, associate professor. So let's say if you are applying a proposal now, do the mentor has to be a person who is in that specific field, or he can be any other specific field, any other probably in medicine, but he's a professor, associate professor?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Arun. So for a mentor, we mean it can also be cross faculty, as long as you are comfortable with them, and also they can guide you or advise you at least. So I mean, different department also is okay. Yeah,
Okay.
not an issue.
And one more question, Prof. Can the mentor be let's say be the co-researcher?
The mentor is not co-researchers. It's not co-researcher, but actually it's part of the project lah, as a member. But
Yep.
specifically, he's a mentor.
Yeah. Can I have the same
Different category.
co-researcher and mentor?
Same? No, cannot.
Not allowed, huh? Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Salam.
I'm Rabia from Dental.
Yeah.
I have this question on the requirement of the service, years of service. So is that 6 years as a lecturer, does the years of service as a trainee lecturer counts or not? Because we know when we go for study, we were a trainee lecturer, right? Then we come back, we finish study, then only we were appointed as lecturer, not like the trainee dropped. So does that count?
But that one, you at that time you are, you are further study, isn't it?
Yeah, when we went to further our study, we were appointed as trainee lecturer.
Okay, no.
So it started from when we become a lecturer.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. In my case, I have this question. I was a dental officer before, which is not under academic, that is under management. Then I have to resign, and then I went to further my study as trainee lecturer. Then I finished my study in August 2020. Means I became full lecturer in August 2020. So it counts since August 2020. Am I right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. So, and another question is, let's say I appoint a mentor. This mentor can be a mentor to few other candidates, only one?
Only one.
Oh, only one. All right. Okay. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Okay.
Prof.
Yes. Silakan.
There's just one question for me, a quick question. How
Yeah.
many co-researchers are allowed for the research?
We not set any numbers, but reasonable lah ya. Janganlah sampai 20 kot.
Okay. Meaning that co-researcher are okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe also to add on this, I think I have just replied. Normally, rule of thumb will be 2 or 3 co-researchers. Then, because we are planning for 1 to 2 years, project, so you would like to have a size that's manageable, and at the same time, you would like, right, your co-researchers to be able to contribute significantly to the research as well. I hope that helped.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Go is the research council chair for SAH.
Okay.
Thank you,
Morning,
Dr. Go.
Prof.
Yeah, morning.
Okay, I've been working with UM for 2 years. Before this, I was working with another public university for 10 years. So am I eligible to apply?
Yeah. We
Alright.
consider service in UM.
All right, thank you.
Prof, I have another question. This is about mentor. Does the mentor has to be from UM? Yes.
Yeah, from UM.
And if the mentor is an honorary professor in UM, not like a current professor, but honorary professor, can it be?
Staff UM.
Oh, okay.
Staff UM, yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Prof. How about the co-researcher? Do they have to be from UM as well?
There's a category there. Satu stakeholder dengan apa satu lagi? Collaborator. Yeah, ada collaborator.
Oh, so if external out of UM,
Yeah,
they fall under
collaborator.
collaborate. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Thank you.
Prof, I'm from FSKTM. I wanted to ask if, let's say, I'm less than 6 years service with the UM, but also less 12 months contract because I'm in the process of applying for a permanent. So how about that? Is it acceptable to be the principal?
When is your contract end?
Contract end next year, February.
Ya, yalah kan. Februari. It'll be 12 months lah.
Mm.
May I suggest that, for instance, I think congratulations if you're already going to plan for permanent. My suggestion is that if there's a letter that will be so kind to be provided by the HOD, that will be very helpful then.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Means support from HOD lah.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Morning, Prof.
Good morning, Prof. Good morning, Prof. I'm from the Geology Department and I have here for only for 4 months and I have a contract of 1 + 1 year. So my question is, I have seen that there are some couple of Center for Excellences that you are planning in UM. So my research must be aligned to those Center for Excellence only because I work in the past climate, so it does not connect with any industry or like that. So can I apply?
Sorry, what's your name, sir? I cannot.
My
Arindam.
question is, yeah, Arindam, yes.
Arindam, okay. You are from which faculty?
Geology, Faculty of Science.
Okay, so your issue is on the COE, Center of Excellence.
Yeah, because I work in the past climate only. So can I apply? Because it does not connect with any of the COE in that way. Indirectly, it connects.
What are you doing?
I work for past climate to infer past climate. How was the in the previous? How was the climate? Yeah, but it does not connect with any of the Center for Excellences which can benefit directly to the human being.
Okay, so maybe what you can do, can you look at back the explanation given by the VC on the Center of Excellence, because basically Center of Excellence cover everything. So you just choose two. Okay.
Okay. So for the Center of Excellence, where can I can choose? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Waalaikumsalam.
I'm Ain from Faculty of Medicine. I just want to clarify about the mentor. So can the mentor be a mentor for one project and also co-researcher for another project?
No, we're not allowed.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Assalamualaikum, Prof.
Salam.
I'm Riza from Faculty of Medicine. So just now you mentioned the maximum grade from medicine and dental is 54, but my grade is currently 55 because I work in MOH before. But I joined UM less than 6 years, actually less than 3 years. So am I still eligible? Should be okay. All right. Okay, thanks.
Pada 55, Okay.
Good morning, Prof. I'm Nazrin from Faculty of Medicine, from Department of Nursing Science. So my issue is about for the contract staff because I joined UM in May, 2nd May, and my contract is 1 + 1, 1 year + 1. So this I want to know whether I'm eligible to apply. That is the first question. Thank you.
I think should be okay because 1 + 1 kan?
Yes, 1 + 1. Yes.
Because you start from May, isn't it, this year?
Yeah, May, 2nd May. So now 2 months also.
Right. Okay,
thank you. The other question I want to ask about the letter of intent. So can we get any format or something like collaborator or stakeholder? I see in the guideline that is the letter of intent. You know, when we apply, we have to include in it. Yeah, what is that? I don't understand about that.
So I mean, that one is the collaborator shows that they are agreed to collaborate with this project with the proposed project.
It is from the collaborator.
Yeah, collaborator.
Okay, thank you. And then when I look at the research category, because I'm trying to find something related to our nursing discipline. So I look at like environment, social. So I work for the social well-being, social activity. Is it related to the category? I just want to confirm that.
Yeah, it's related.
Oh, okay. Thank you, bro. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. First question is, if we currently have an active grant, can we still apply for BKP?
So you are are you still, I mean, less than 6 years?
Yes, yeah, I'm still less than 6 years, yes.
I think should be okay.
Okay, and secondly, about the mentor just now, just to clarify again, so the mentor cannot be one of the co-researchers for the project, or it's still possible?
No, the mentor, although they say mentor, but actually it is in the team of your team. But the category we call it mentor lah.
Okay, so it should be the co-researcher lah, basically. Okay.
Yeah,
Right, thank
yeah.
you.
It's part of the research team.
Saya nak tanya, grant ni dia membenarkan travel ke luar negara?
Oh, field work only. Sorry, dalam guideline tu tulis field work. Yeah. Kalau conference you can apply Universiti Malaya punya travelling untuk conference. Dia ada, memang ada. 5,000 mistaken.
Hi Prof. Nak tanya, Prof, I'm from Faculty Science. Kalau external collaborator tu, dia only from government university ke ataupun private university pun consider juga?
Consider.
Boleh lah. I see. Alright. Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. Saya just nak confirm tentang permohonan applicant kalau sebagai PI and then dalam sesama dia sebagai co-researcher dalam satu proposal lain. Dia possible ke?
Tak boleh. Dia tak
salah
benarkan.
satu lah.
Salah satu. Carry on.
Saya tanya, saya baca requirement kalau kata gagal untuk permohonannya ni, pihak UM tu takkan offer untuk another punya grant. Is it true?
If you are awarded with this grant and then you not fulfill the KPI lah, mean you can be blacklisted lah to get the internal grant next round.
Oh, meaning that if we has been awarded lah.
Yes. Kalau first time you apply tak dapat, you apply lagi lah next year.
Okay, baik. Thank you.
I'm a postdoc from Faculty of Medicine. So I have been appointed in May 2023, and then it is like a 1-year contract basis. So it would be end supposedly on May 2024. So am I eligible to apply for this grant as well?
I think it will open to academic staff only lah for this one, for this grant.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
But you can be co-researchers lah with others.
Okay. Thank you, Prof.
Okay. I would like to ask about the external collaborator. Must there be academics? Can there be experts?
Yeah, can.
So just to double confirm, for a senior academic staff, like associate professor and professor level people, they are allowed to actually become a mentor for one project and co-researcher in another project. Am I right?
No, if they become the mentor, they cannot be co-researchers in the project.
No, I mean like for project A, they become mentor. For project B, they become the co-researcher. Is this allowed?
Not allowed.
So the issue that some of our departments have is that we are running out of senior staff because the senior staff are retiring, and we have a lot of junior staff. So if each senior staff is only allowed to become mentor or co-researcher for only one project, there may be a lot of junior staff in the department that are not going to have mentor or co-researchers in that case. Is it possible to actually allow one senior staff to become a mentor for at least two projects or so?
At the moment, we not allowed. But you can cross department.
I want to ask you for the output, right? Just now, for science, either is WOS or the books means either one WOS or either one book or book chapter, something like that, right?
Yeah. If you want to take two also, okay.
Okay, all right.
Assalamualaikum, Prof. Zati here from Sebar. I was a postdoc at UM and then continued as a senior lecturer. So does my tenure during the postdoc counted as a years of service for this application? Thank you.
No, we consider when you as academician.
Prof, I'm Amy. I have two questions. Just want to clarify again on the team members. One of them would be the mentor, right? And then co-researcher, At least one. Lepas tu, the collaborators and also stakeholders also one, is it?
Yeah, that one is
Or
encouraged. It's
optional?
optional.
I
We really
see.
encourage lah.
I see. All right. So it means that at least 3 in the team lah, the PI, the mentor, and also at least one
Co-researchers.
co-researcher.
Betul.
And then the next one, about the output, I noticed you put the academic and also non-academic. So for the academic, at least one from the category O or B or A or B, right?
N. Mean A, you need to choose one. B, you choose one.
Policy paper, choose one lah. If I choose policy paper, is it? I
But if you
see.
have student, choose student. Human capital development. That one
I
the easiest.
I see. So A one, B at least one, and then non-academic also one.
Yeah.
So it means 3 outputs. I see. Okay, clear.
I just want to double confirm whether JKR Primary Research Center in Sarawak can be my collaborator.
Yeah, boleh. Can allow.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, Prof. Okay, thank you.
Imagine that I submit a research proposal and I am the IP, okay? Principal PI, okay? And I have some co-researchers with me. Can also my friend submit, can she or can he submit another research proposal and he is the principal investigator and I can be one of his co-researchers?
Oh, not allowed. At the same time, not allowed. For this grant, not allowed.
Okay, but next year maybe if I, for example, this year I submit as a PI, okay? Next year I can be a co-researcher, right?
Next year, okay.
Yeah, but okay, so submission as PI only one, right?
Yeah, one.
But as a co-researcher, how many times? Could be like 2, 3, no problem.
So if you already apply, you apply as a PI, you are not allowed to be co-researchers in other application.
Good. But if next year I can be a co-researcher, right?
I mean you not apply as PI lah.
No.
Okay, can.
I have only one chance to apply as PI, right?
Yeah.
So okay, maybe after 3 years I can also be a co-researcher again, right? So the number of co-researchers is unlimited, right?
So I'll be applying for this grant. I've just joined I want to know if the mentor can be from your own department. And secondly, how can we, being an expat, we don't know many people from industry. So how can industry linkages be developed? And thirdly, when we propose when we present, do you want only the abstract or a full presentation, and how much time would we have to present?
Okay. All right. First question, the mentor can be from your department or it can be other department or can be also from other faculty in Okay. And then in terms of industry collaborators, that's why we need to have a mentor so that they can assist you to network with others. That's the ideas. But for the collaborators, it is encouraged. It's not the compulsory. We really encourage you to find a collaborator. I mean, we need to get their agreement. They're interested to be part of your work, something like that. Because we want to push you or to expose you to collaboration outside at the same time in this grant.
And the mentor can also be someone who had been professor but has a retired status now.
No, retired not.
Professor,
Must be active professor or associate professor.
Okay, and what about presentation?
Presentation, the pitching is only 5 minutes and you just need one slide. Later we will provide some example lah about the infographic how to present to help you.
Kalau kita dah jadikan associate professor kita tu dia mentor, tahun depan dia pencen.
Okay. Tak apa, boleh je.
Boleh je.
Okay.
Sekarang lah. I nak tanya pasal associate like for mentor tu, dia kan role dia untuk offer expertise and experience. Dia memang kena sama subject matter expertise ke? Tak
tak
perlu,
juga,
tak apa.
tak perlu because kita nak someone yang boleh advise because usually the mentor ni they should know how to, for example, to solve problem. For example, suddenly your RA tiba-tiba berhenti after 3 months, apa nak buat? So mentor ni biasa dia ada experience how to solve this problem. That's in term of research, not necessarily really in your area.
Yang I think ada tanya tadi tapi I didn't get it. Maksudnya targeted research output ni 3 lah. Academic output.
3.
3
Yep.
Alright, okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Team member ni co-researcher ni ada limit ke? Berapa orang?
Tadi from Dr. Go reasonably 2 ke 3 lah co-researchers.
Okay.
2 ke 3. This one exclude the mentor exclude the mentor. I mean mentor is mentor, co-researchers is co-researchers.
Kalau I dah apply for SPI, so I tak boleh jadi co-researcher for another PI under this grant kan?
Tak boleh.
I have a question on the research continuity just now. There's a slide on research continuity. I was a bit lost just now. Can you please clarify on that?
Okay, so because this grant, the purpose of this grant is as if is to train the new career researchers like in UM in terms of research. At the same time, we want you to show effort of applying other grant. For example, this year you apply FRGS, so you can show that as a proof of the application. Mean dalam bulan ke-13, mean after 1 year, you should be able to show us the proof that you have tried to apply for other grant. Successful or not, doesn't matter as long as you show the proof you have tried. That's all. Clear kan?
Thank you. So the co-researchers just now you said there can be 2 to 3 co-researchers.
Yeah.
And it can be from external as well, or only UM?
The co-researchers in UM, the other category is collaborators. Collaborators outside UM.
Okay, thank you.
About this, if we are already a PI in one project now, can we apply for this PKP?
Yeah, can. As long as you are 6 years and less in service.
Oh, sorry, just question just now about the co-researcher. You mentioned only UM co-researcher and then academia in international university have to be the collaborator.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
in the form there are
co-researcher
2
UM.
group. Yeah.
Oh,
Co-researchers
okay.
UM, collaborator outside UM.
Okay, thank you.
Co-researchers must be UM based. Okay, external is under collaborator lah. Okay, but collaborator is optional. If you apply as PI, you're not allowed to be co-researchers in other project for this proposal for BKP. Okay, next. Dah kan? Co-researchers requiring for minimum years of service tak ada there's no condition. Co-researchers can be senior, can be junior staff lah. Okay. When is the starting month of the research project? This is for the schedule. Okay, so when you prepare the schedule, means start from November. In November, because the announcement will be in October. So the planning should be from November.
Maksudnya kalau apply for BKP, I cannot be a co-researcher in other projects, is it?
Betul, yeah. For BKP lah, for BKP.
For BKP je lah kan?
Yeah. If there is IRG, you can apply IRG lah kalau ada this year.
Kalau I co-researcher FRGS ke apa ke tak apa kan?
Yeah, tak apa. Okay, this is because we want everyone to focus lah, prepare proposal.
Untuk BKP sendiri.
Untuk BKP.
We don't know whether the application will be successful or not. So can we still put in our name as a PI for one grant and a co-researcher for another grant? And if either one is not successful, then we pull out our names. Is that okay?
At the moment, we not allow that.
Prof, I just want to ask about next appointed leader. What will be the requirement? Can the co-researcher become the next appointed leader, Prof?
Yeah. The co-researchers can be the next appointed. But the co-researchers, the next appointed must be same category lah, yang career researchers juga. Tak boleh lah senior. Yeah.
Prof.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is that if I have applied for a grant and international grant, and I've just received it as well. So can I use this ECR funding and proposal to tie it up with that international grant for field research? I have received an international grant recently, and I'm collaborating with another faculty member at UM. But that grant does not have funding for field research. It is based on field research. So can I use this ECR project to be able to apply for that, like tie it up with my international grant to support my field research?
Let's say you prepare a proposal to to relate with what you have got. Is it you able to fulfill the KPI of this BKP? Because we don't want it to be double counting lah. I mean, you cannot use the output. Means should be separate lah.
Okay, so as far as I know, that if you already secured an international grant, you can check with BPGP to apply for the partnership grant, because that is what it's supposed to meant for. It's a partnership grant, meaning that's like normally you kind of, it's not exactly what we call the matching fund, but that's it helps you to support certain parts of your work which cannot be covered under the international grant.
So is it different from ECR?
Yes.
Different.
This is because this is not the purpose for that.
Grant.
Yeah, it's a partnership grant then. It's similar to matching grant, but be careful that, right, not to have a different interpretation, because normally when you talk about matching grant, we are talking about 50 to 50, for instance. But this is not necessary. I think, right, it depends on the amounts that you secure from your international grant. You can check with BPGP then on this. Yeah, all the best.
Okay, but at the same time, can we still apply for ECR and PPGP?
No. And because right, this grant is not meant for this purpose as a partnership grant or matching grant.
Yeah, this is a different grant.
About the next appointed leader, just now you said that it must be someone. There will be our so he or she will be our co-researcher, isn't it? Right. But then in order for us to put their name or their name as next appointed leader, that person would be should be someone who is under ECR.
Yeah.
Right. But in this case, if not mistaken, in this case, logically, if everyone is applying that, for example, within the same field with us, so kalau dia daripada bidang yang sama and we have limited numbers, and kalau semua apply for this BKP this year, is there any tips for us to put one name inside there as macam mana nak address benda ni sebenarnya?
As far as possible, because the idea we want the team to work collectively to prepare the grant, and that's the main ideas lah. So that's why we not allow co-researchers if you are applying for PI and you become co-researchers for other application at the moment. Okay.
Okay, faham. Tapi my concern is the possibility, because if, for example, if right now for this year everybody is who is under category of ECR applying for this, so how can we find one in order for us to put this as next appointed leader?
Because the ECR is within 6 years and below. I guess some of them close to 6, they have their own grant and they're not interested to apply for this grant.
Prof, my question is, with this grant, will I be able to be the student, like do a PhD with this grant?
Yeah. You can use this grant to appoint GRA and this grant. The co-researcher can be a professor, yes. The co-researcher can be a professor. And the next leader to be a senior, no. Because this one, the attention is for early career, so we are focusing on early career. So the next leader should be with senior lecturer or early career as well.
Okay, for pitching, is it only for shortlisted applicant or is it for all the applicant, Prof?
Shortlisted. So this one is for those who we are considering the 6 years service in UM. If you are from other university or other agency, doesn't matter as long you are service in less than 6 years.
So for the LOIs, right? Do we need LOIs from collaborators, or do we just need that for stakeholders, let's say from industry or NGOs and all that? Do we, if let's say we have academic collaborators from external institution, do we need LOIs from them as well?
Yeah. We want to see their agree.
Okay, I do understand that co-researchers is only one and so on. So let's say this is co-researchers. Let's say he doesn't have any names as a co-researcher for BKP grant, but he has his name on the journals, WOS journals. Ada dia ada contribute juga dengan journals.
Mean dia bukan co-researchers tapi
Dia
contribute
bukan
on the journal.
co-researcher but contribute to the journals itself.
Okay.
Boleh
Okay.
tak nama dia ada dalam tu? Boleh lah kan?
Dalam paper.
Dalam paper.
Boleh. We not stop that. As long as your name is there lah. Because that's your KPI, not his KPI.
I would like to ask whether the mentor's name can be in our paper as well.
Yeah. Allow.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Prof, tanya pasal yang years of appointment. Actually, let's say the appointment tu macam surat keluar end of December 2017. So 2017 counted as a first year service or macam mana? Or is it counted as like days of service? You get what I mean tak? Okay, so let's say the surat appointment tu is like 27 December 2017. So that means, let's say it's 2017 counted as the first year. So 2023 macam dah tak layak lah sebenarnya. So do you count like days? Meaning 27 December 2017, clock ticking, day one sampai until today lah, until the days of application. How do you count the years of service to days of appointment? Is it like 2017 regardless you...
Okay. He counted.
Itu je nak dengar.
I have a question about the next appointed leader. So is it mandatory for the project to have the next appointed leader? Or can we just skip that part for now? Because all the early career researchers are going to apply for the grant. So maybe there are no more available to propose their name as the next appointed leader right now. My contract will end after like two plus years. I have 2+ years.
When's your first appointment?
My first appointment was August 2022, but August 26.
Oh, 26. Okay. Alright. But I think the next appointed leader is a must. Okay, it's a must.
And then can you make it a little bit easier for us, because right now if we try to find out someone who is also like less than 6 years and can be eligible for this research grant, they are all going to apply for the grant, at least that I know from our faculty.
Because 6 years and below, I think many researchers, and some of them already have grant. So I think you need to know each and everyone in your faculty. Okay, try first. Okay, if really there's issues, let us know. Okay, but start first.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, one final question.
Yeah.
Once awarded, can the list of co-researchers or collaborators change?
Okay, unless we're not allowed to change unless if the co-researchers resign or they end their contract earlier, something like that. But we try to fix it at the beginning. Yeah.
Can someone be added? Let's say I have only one co-researcher, then later on I find other, would contribute as well. So can I add?
No, cannot.
How about the outputs? Can it change along the way as well?
Cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, we speak like that. FLDS also we not allowed, so we need to be consistent lah.
For the 6 years, start counting from the day of the appointment to UM, or even from the services before that, if you have been appointed to other institution before that.
In
UM only.
Or UM only.